Today on the workbench I've got a new project here. This is a BLI SW1500. And what we're going to do to this, we're going to put a new decoder in it, an ESU V5. So depending on what it looks like inside is going to be what determines how I do it. I may end up using a Decoder Buddy Mini if I don't have enough room for that, because I don't need to change out the speaker. But this gentleman also wants a power pack put in. So I can use an ESU Power Pack, and we'll see how this goes after I get it apart. So let's get right into it. And I've never taken one of these apart. The first thing I'm going to do is pull the couplers. That's usually a pretty good starting place on anything. Oh, and I will say, again, I've tried to start saying this in all my videos. There, turn my other overhead light on. YouTube has taken and started putting ads on my videos. I did not ask for those. I have not monetized the channel, so if you want to skip those ads, feel free. It doesn't affect me any. Let's see, I'm going to take these two screws out, the fuel tank, just to see. I didn't feel any movement there so that's not going to do anything. Maybe there might be some clips in there. Gotta be, because there aren't any screws. Let's see what I can do. Feels, every once in a while I can feel something there. Trying to find something good to grab a hold of. Yep. In situations like this, I'll probably have to resort to the manual. So let me dig that out and we'll see what we've got. Okay, after looking at the manual, which that helps sometimes, I discovered you don't have to pull off the couplers or the fuel tank. You just need to give it a good pull upward and it'll snap right off. So now, saying that, before I snap it right off, I want to remove, looks like a few pieces of railing here. So we'll do this as carefully as possible as to not break them. So I've got it started. Well, that's a tough little thing to... Okay, there's that one. This one is a little tougher. There. Pulled one off from the top and the other one off from the bottom. Nope. Alright. Now let me unplug this front light. Actually, I'll have to unplug the whole board. And that's not the front light, it goes to the rear. So there's that. Why won't that let me? Alright. So now I'm not going to end up reusing this board anyway, so I'm going to cut off these two wires from that plug. That'll let us get rid of the shell. Okay. I don't have to upgrade the LEDs in this because they're fine. Put that back. All right. So now I will take and remove this board. Unplug this clip. Alright, so there's our BLI decoder, and it does have a reset button on the bottom of it, which that seems particularly not very handy. But anyway, we're not here to discuss how handy these things are. So there's our speaker. Now I need to get out the decoder. What I think I'm going to use, let me, just to keep my screws straight. Put these back. Might as well put my fuel tank back on. And I'll get the couplers here after a bit. But alright, let me go get some stuff. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, get that out of the way. I'll pull these screws back out. And I'm going to get out, well, I've got a Decoder Buddy Mini right here in front of me. I want to put that on here and see what kind of if any, if I'll have enough clearance to use it. Looks like, so if I can't use it right on top of that, I might be able to set it right on the motor. So let me measure. I've got 23.94 millimeters to play with. Yeah. Okay. So that's not going to give me enough room right there. Let me pull that off. If I put it here on top of the motor, actually I can run it over to there. That way it'll sit right on top of the mount that's there. Alright. That will give me enough clearance to put the Decoder Buddy in. So now, saying that, I wonder just trying to figure out because I want to have room for the ESU Power Pack. That's going to be the issue with this installation. So I'm going to take and cut off these little nubs. That'll let me set that Decoder Buddy anywhere I want to right there. Alright, so we've got that figured out. And I can actually re-drill the holes to put that in. I'll have to look here on the this board too to see if there are any resistors. Doesn't look like it, because I'll put them on the Decoder Buddy itself. So all right, what am I going to do here? Let me get out some alcohol, clean this off, and then I can put some double-sided tape so I'll clean that off, and I'll clean the board off. So those are all clean. let's see, this is a double-sided tape that I'm getting out. And I forget the brand of this. It is not a regular double-sided tape. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to go with our old trusty 3M double-sided tape. Put a piece of that on the motor. And that might be, yeah, that'd be a little overkill, but we're not going to have to worry about that decoder buddy falling off of there, that's for sure. Okay, so we've got it mounted. Now, the fun part. I can cut this plug off. So that is our front headlight. Turn my soldering station on. And let's see, we got our track pickups right here. I can go ahead and cut them off. So I'll go ahead with that. And then we can start the process of fluxing and tinning. There's that. So now kind of go back and forth on the liquid and the flux, or liquid solder and the liquid flux and the paste flux. But I did find a new bottle, so it puts it out a little easier for me. Oh, before I solder that down, clean that. That makes it better. So now I'll strip these off and we'll have to determine which wire is which, positive and negative. And I'll go ahead and put some flux on those. Get those tinned up. We'll get our smart pliers out. And that is, there, we'll get the glow off of that a little better. Okay, white is positive. So this is our positive side. Get a hold of that. And there's our negative, so our front pickups are in. And our light is hooked up, front light. So now we just have to go through the process of doing our rear. And they have everything the same color, which is, well, I know the black one. Of course, we've got two blacks, so one of them will be from the speaker. Let me pull it up. Actually, what I'm going to do, just going to cut these off. And then we've got one black wire for the motor, and the other one is white. But there again, okay, I can see better from this side. Here's a motor wire, and I can run it back through this way and around, and then here is our negative wire for the motor. And I say that because they have them marked. The white is the positive. Let's see, I want to pull that back through, because I don't want it wrapped around that flywheel like that. Sometimes just routing the wire is the toughest thing. Well, I had a hold of it. Some days. Yep. There. All right, now pull it back up through. And there we go. We are not on the flywheel. Okay. Well, that's probably turned out to be more pain than it'll be worth. But let me go ahead and cut that off. Get that up there. I'm going to run that one up through that same hole. Cut that off. Then we can, our two motor pads. Clean them off. Okay. Alright, so there's our motor wires. We have the track pickup on the front. Now, I'll go ahead and cut that. They've got a zip tie holding those wires. Let me see if I can pull one of them out before I... See, we've got the thing in there so tight. If I can get one of them out, I'll be able to cut that. Maybe. Okay. That brown one is a speaker wire. And that white one is a speaker. Yep. So, saying that, we might as well hook that up. And then we've got our track wire pickups. We might as well just cut these off and take care of them while we're doing the speaker wires. One, two, three, four. Okay. Ready for the flux. Now, we can start tinning some of this. And while I have them in my hand, I'm just going to put them where they go. Track pickup. And then we'll clean it all off. There's our speakers in the rear. Track pickups on the board. I should have taken and put some flux on that rear light, or tin that rear light. Okay, there's that. Now I need to put resistors on. I'll put 1000 ohm resistors in. Go ahead. Let's see. I can use the U+, the ground, and the A6 for the power pack. I'll just need 2 resistors, one for the front, one for the rear light. I'll go ahead and put them on now. Like I say, those are 750 ohm. Resistors. If I can get it on there, and I know you probably can't see that. because it is tiny. And I'm having some issues with it. There, I've got it stuck in my Q-tip. All right. That got it. Now I'll go back. All right. So there's that one. Now, this other one will go right here on the edge. It's stuck to my finger. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let me take it. So what I just put in is right here, this small resistor on this first pad for the front light, and then this resistor here for the rear light. Now, we'll go ahead and clean. Oh, I just cleaned off the flux for the power pack. Let me okay. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and try this thing and see if it works. I don't have the decoder programmed, but I do have my handy dandy Digitrax decoder here that can be used for testing. All right, I'll be back. Okay, we're back, and it did test good, so we'll remove that decoder. Of course, like I say, I don't have the ESU one programmed, and I never brought my laptop out here to work with. So, but yeah, we do have sound, forward and back motion. Of course, I don't have the rear light on it, so that doesn't help. Now all I got to do is wire up the power pack. But just kind of wondering where that might go. I may end up having to tape it or fasten it up into the top of the cab here. Pull that rear railing off. So let me get our power pack and then we'll start working on that. Alright, so we're back here. I've got the power pack out, and I'm going to try to put it right here in the top of the in the shell. So I've moved a couple of wires out of the way here, and hopefully, if I look at this right, I want to put, I've got the double-sided tape on that. I should be able to put this in here like this. And though I need to put something on that wire to get it out of my way. Put a pair of tweezers on it to hold it down. And I've already cleaned that out too, so trying to get a hold of that. Okay. Now I have it stuck in there. Pressure on it. I need to try it to see if it'll work. Right there. We'll cut these wires off just a little bit so I keep them in the shell. Okay. I don't think it was hitting on the power pack. Nah, maybe I'm wrong. Nope. Yeah, that works good. All right. Yeah. I just didn't have it in there the right way. All right. Well, that works. Now I can pull it back apart and solder it up, finish, and that'll finish us up. So wires out. Let me get that out of the way. And I'll take and start going through some wires here. Get them all trimmed. Get all the flux on them we need. There's that. Now we'll pull our shell back over and we'll start with our light. Let's see, the black is the negative. Black is negative. White is positive on the light. And then on our keep alive, we have our ground. Then we have our positive, and the white goes to A6 for our keep alive. So there we have everything wired up. Probably should have cut that off a little bit, but needed the room. So I'm just going to set this one here loose because I need to program the decoder. So we're done. Other than snapping the shell back on it, I can go ahead and me and my infinite dumb move there. Pulling the coupling off. No big deal. That's easy. Okay, there's our coupler's back one. And now I just got to program the decoder. I'll be back. All right, we're back here. We've got everything hooked up. The only thing we got to do now is put our decoder in. We've got it all programmed up, and we can slide this back together. Get that snapped in, and then that'll snap right in. So there, everything's back together. I will have to put the handrails back in. Since this one's on, I'll just go ahead and slip it in right there now. I've got the other one laying over there on the test stand, but excuse me. So, I'll put that railing back on. All right, there we go with our railings. So I'm gonna put this up on the test stand, and then I'll be back. All right, we're back here, and we've got this SW1500 complete. Got the sound loaded into it, and let's go ahead and fire this thing up. All right, so that went through its startup sequence. There's our bell. There's our horn. I've got the headlight turned on, but you can't. Well, maybe you can see that. Yeah, up there in the left-hand corner. But I'll turn it around here in a second. So let's see, what else do we have? Of course, this program has the drive hold on it. I'll start ramping it up. I've got the momentum set down. On the programming for the Power Pack, that was aux 6 that I put that on. So when I programmed it into the load programmer, or when I had it up, went to the functions and programmed that in as the Power Pack. So I've got about 4.1 seconds of reserve time on it. So, and the volume right now, it's probably about 65%. So that can be set up if this gentleman wants to. Now this does have the drive hold feature on it, so I could. I've got it locked down right there now for the motion anyway. So you can hear that ramping up. And I'll bring it back down. So this turned out really well. Let me pull it around here to the front a little bit. And it really surprised me the amount of room that was in this. So there's You can see the front lights. And then I'll swing it back around, and then we'll get it to run in reverse so you can see the rear light. Stop that right there. And then there's our rear lights. So we are done with this model, and thanks for watching.